just smoking on a cig. I think I'll stop for some gas. I'll pinch a waitress on the ass.
Good morning, Lawrence Lions. I'm coming to you today from one of the hottest places here in the United States and also one of the lowest places here in the United States. You might also find a road runner running across the road. You might also have to go around a donkey, or also known as a burro, that is invasive to this area. Yes, I'm talking about Death Valley National Park. And last summer, I did travel to Death Valley National Park in the middle of June. It was 113 degrees by 10 o'clock that morning. By the afternoon, when we were leaving the park, it was already 118, and it was projected to be in the 120s, 125s. So we did not stay the rest of the afternoon in the park. So, some quick facts about Death Valley National Park. One is that it has more than 3.4 million acres. Yes, million acres. Now, is that acres of land that are livable conditions for us as humans? Yeah, no. But it is one of the largest national parks in the lower 48 states. That means, obviously, it is one of the lowest ones other than Alaska. Okay, Alaska is one of the biggest. The highest record temperature in the world was recorded in Death Valley at Furnace Creek, and it was 134 degrees Fahrenheit, and that was registered, believe it or not, July of 1913. So that's how long they've been keeping temperature records there at the park. For almost 100 years, a false recording made in Libya overshadowed Furnace Creek as a claim to fame, but then they changed that. 2012, they changed that, and so then the world record now is back at Death Valley. Now, like I said, when I was there, it was literally 113, going on to 115 by the time we left the park, and that was at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Death Valley is also known as the driest place in our country. And in 1929, there was not a single drop of water or rain recorded in Death Valley. In fact, Death Valley's average rainfall is 0.51 inches, I believe. And last year, Death Valley actually got, I don't have that record, but Death Valley got a lot of rain last year. And so there were actually spring flowers in Death Valley, which is kind of unheard of. So that was something that the people out there got to enjoy and see. Death Valley is home to the country's lowest point. It's called Badwater Basin, and I was actually there. And it is 282 feet below sea level. So like I said, it's the lowest spot here in the United States. That is land base, okay? Obviously, if you go out into the oceans, you're going to go much deeper than that. But here on land, Badwater Basin is the lowest. Death Valley is only 76 miles from the highest point in the country, Fort Whitney, or Mount Whitney, which tops out at an elevation of 14,505 feet. And it is, Death Valley is 78 miles from the highest point. In other words, the lowest and highest points in the contiguous U.S. are less than 100 miles apart. So you have Mount Whitney at the highest peak, and you have Badwater Basin at the lowest peak, and they're within 100 miles of each other. Life abounds actually in Death Valley. There are actual living creatures there. The park is home to more than 1,000 species of plants, including 50 that are found nowhere else in North America or the world. 300 species of birds, 51 species of mammals, including bighorn sheep and mountain lions. So you definitely want to be careful if you're walking a trail there and you see a mountain lion. There are 36 species of reptiles and a handful of amphibians and fish species, and of course those are going to be in like deeper basins. You're not going to see those there and you might only see those in the spring or not. We as humans are very fond of Death Valley. In fact, archaeologists have found evidence of human presence in Death Valley that dates back at least 9,000 years. There was a Native American tribe called the Timbisha Shoshone tribe that went into Death Valley, and there's record evidence of that, and that's over 1,000 years old. Artists have also been traveling into Death Valley to take pictures of the sunrises and sunsets in that area. And artists, ancient artists, like in the Native American artists, actually drew pictographs. So people often go to the park to see those. February apparently is the best time to go and visit Death Valley. The average high temperature in February is 72 degrees. Wow, what a difference, right? And the low average is 46 degrees. So a lot of people that live in California and Nevada go to Death Valley at that time to camp because it's comfortable. It's comfortable sleeping weather, and it's comfortable during the day. There's also a lot more to see as well, because it is also the wettest time of the year for Death Valley. Believe it or not, they can get some rain. Like I said, last year they had some record rain that fell, and there were flowers that bloomed then, desert flowers. Most of the time that foliage is going to be limited to the amount of rain that they get. So a little bit more about Death Valley. When you drive along the roads, you will see gallon jugs of water along the roads, and that is because in those types of temperatures, your cars will overheat. In fact, they have signage all along these long stretches of the park that tell you to turn off your air conditioner. If there's a lot of traffic and traffic gets backed up and you're like stopping and going, you don't want to have that air conditioner on. You're going to overheat your engine. Now, when I went there, of course, this was the middle of June, we did not have to turn our air off. We kept it on, and the only way I can describe Death Valley to you is that when you step out of your car, you feel this intense heat come over you. And then, because it's such a dry heat, there's no humidity, you don't sweat. Coming to you from Death Valley, enjoy your weekend. Actually, cut that. We have literally 7 more days to go. So keep watching this video. Look at what you have assigned to do for the day. Make sure that you're getting those assignments done. You will have a quiz that will be coming up at the end of this week or next Tuesday at the latest. And have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.